Welcome back to Four Faces. Next week is Father's Day. So, a lot of times on Four Faces, I like to talk about kids. Right now I'm here in my office and I thought I'll put this out there in the YouTube world. As a parent, including myself, that is, you think about the times that you spend with your child and you realize how important those moments are because, they look up to you in a way. They may not say that they do, but in reality, they're always looking towards you. They're always looking to see what you do, what you say, and how you conduct yourself. A lot of times, this message and these thoughts go by us because we as parents, we tend to be busy, we tend to do this, we tend to do that. But we must always, and I mean always, make time for our kids. And now, the person I'm going to bring up is just as an example. I think of Barron. Who, by the way, just in case you don't know, is Donald Trump's son. A lot of times, when I look at that situation, I say to myself, not only bring him up because it's a good example of how the disconnect can sometimes affect our kids. And let me finish my point. Donald Trump, he's 74 years old, right? He's 74 years old. His son is about 15 years old. Lately, and you've seen it yourself, it's been said, nothing new, it's not something dramatically new. His ex-wife has said that when Don Jr. and when they was kids, it was said that he didn't spend a lot of time with his kids. He never played with his kids. He never spent time with his kids. Even his son himself mentioned that just wasn't his father's thing to, go out and throw a ball or throw a football. For him, his father was always about money, business. I say that money and business, I say that to say money and business is important, but it's not everything. Because with that mentality, what happens is you neglect your kids. And I don't mean financially, and I don't mean neglect as in someone parent neglecting kids and not feed them. No, I'm talking about morally, psychologically, emotionally. You are neglecting your kid. Giving a child lots of money is really not everything. And I really mean that. Think about, my kid, you want to go play football. So what I do, I was very busy. I was looking at some things. As y'all all know already that I do electronics, I do engineering. And I was working on some type of robotics. And he was like, oh, Dad, can we go play some football? I want to throw the football around in the yard. So I was like, in my mind, I was saying, you know what? I really want to finish this project out. I want to get this out the way. But then I thought about it. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. So I dropped what I was doing, put it aside, and I went outside and I threw the football a couple around. I messed up my grass, got it all worn down. But I said, you know what? To him, that's important. If I would tell him, oh, I can't do it today, and tomorrow came, I said I can't do it that day, and day by day, I said I can't do it. What do you think would have came to his mind later on in life? You think he's gonna be like, oh my gosh, my dad, oh, he had a good business, he's making all this, doing this and doing that. Oh, he's wonderful. No, he's gonna be like, man, I remember my dad not playing games with me. I remember my dad not spending time with me. That's what's gonna stick with him more than anything else in the world. And that you can tell is sticking with Donald Trump's sons. And I think about Barron because he's 15 years old. His father is spending more time on things of politics than anything else. And you say, well, how do you know what he's doing outside of that? Well, his wife said it. His wife was upset that he wasn't spending time with his kid. I ain't gotta say it. His kids said that, oh, he never really spent a lot of time with us. It was on the news. Go check out the interviews with his kids. Check out the interviews even with him. Check out some of his past interviews that he had in the past when they asked him about these things. So it's not my opinion. Oh, matter of fact, even check out the interview with his wife, his past wife, not his current wife, with his past wife. She says the same thing. So it's not like I'm bringing this up. And I don't bring this up to bash Trump. I bring this up to set a great example on how, despite all the money and wealth he may have, his kids, at the end of the day, did they get the nourishment that they had when they was a child? And think of it even more. Let's take one more step before I go. Think about it. If you spend less time with your kids today, if you spend less time with your kids, you're always working, busy, going to work, never sitting down with them doing their homework, what do you think that they're going to pass on to their kids? They're going to probably pass on the same mentality. They're going to pass on the same ethics, the same moral values, the same family values. So to them, spending time with your kid, hugging your kid, telling your kid, I love you, they're going to feel, why would I tell my kid? I wasn't raised like that. I don't even see no need in it. Think about it. You don't want to be in that situation. Because remember, all of us as parents, we will all pass. All of us will one day be laying down to rest. Every last one of us. But our children will continually, God bless, continually go on. And God willing, their kids will go on. What example do you want to set for your kids? Yes, it's important to become financially stable. Yes, it's important to be, into your own business and, work and things of that nature. I get that. But should you sacrifice a child's upbringing just to accomplish those goals? I don't think it's worth it. I think you can do both. I believe you can do both. It all depends on where your heart is at. Depends on where your mind is at, where your mentality is at, right? Once again, the former president, his father, he said it. He said his father was very strict, very rigid type of man. So he took that when he learned from his father, and he brought it to where? He brought it to his kids. So you could see that generation already, that interaction being transferred from how he was treated to transfer to his kids. Now his kids was treated like that. Think about it. Guys, at the end of the day, this is Four Faces. I would say this week is Father's Day. Let's think positive. Let's do a lot for our kids. Because when we do a lot for our kids, we also prevent them from doing things that will put them in situations that they know they shouldn't be in, such as crime and and not fulfilling their goals, fulfilling their dreams. You don't want that. You want your kid to be the best they can be, and maybe even be better than you are. Matter of fact, let them be better than me. I always want my kids to do better than what I done. And that's how you continue on and you teach your kids over and over so they could be the best they could be. God bless all. Have a happy Father's Day. Enjoy. Four Faces. You know what? We'll talk.
How do you measure that? I said as long as you're moving forward. Made it with love, made it with love. They can't keep me.